I never looked. I have a guy that I wanted to come on here. He helped me. He helped me get analyze that. He told me to use my eyes more and stuff, because it's like Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson was the worst basketball player in the world, but he was a great coach.
Yeah.
He won 18 championships. There's that effect of it. He did an episode of Cold Case that he was so bad on that episode.
For real?
Yeah, he was the acting
Some
coach.
people are like that. They're good at breaking things down.
Oh, yeah.
But
he was brilliant. I think he coached me for Analyze That before I booked it for the audition. I went to New York and I wrote down all his notes, and he booked me for something else I got. And I was like, I like this guy. Then he got sick for a while. Oh. And then he made a comeback, and now he runs something in Hollywood, like something big.
Oh, shit.
Like he's part of the Actors Studio with him, but it was always, he'd teach with the hat, with the Apple hat. And he had like 6 motherfuckers in there that were taking everything. His breathing class for $92, his movement class. Come on, we learned that at the Comedy Store. You learn that at the Comedy Store. There's one day that your breathing, your jokes, and your body language all become one. It's a fucking great step.
yeah, I've always found stand-ups, we're always trying to, the more you do stand-up, the closer you get to who you really are, and acting is the complete opposite of that. They're trying to be everybody but themselves. It's interesting.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I always heard rumors. Like Eddie Griffin caused a lot of havoc at the store. I loved him.
I wasn't there around that time, but I hear these stories and I love hearing about the store.
He would cause havoc. But let me tell you something, Eddie Griffin, man. He told you good comedic advice. And I remember him telling me one night, he goes, "You'll never see a stand-up comic in a Harrison Ford movie."
Why is that?
He don't want him on the set. The timing's too good. He goes, there's a lot of actors that won't work opposite a stand-up comic because their timing's too fucking good. Our timing's deadly. And at the store, your timing gets real. In the original room,
Oh, I call the original room the X-Men training room.
The X-Men.
There's no other club like it.
Can't take it away from me. You could call me a felon. You call me a fat spick. You could call me 1,000. Don't you ever insult my comedy, bitch, because you look down at that. You know that carpeting at the store? I don't know if it's the same car. Is where Rogan's dog took a shit one time.
Really?
On stage, the dog was going crazy in the car, so Rogan brought the dog on
Rogan
stage.
was like Eliza for a little bit, just bringing the dog all the time?
No. He would bring, like, every once in a while. He was single. He was young. He had this pit bull. He said, let me take him for a ride. And he put him in the car, but the dog would see his friends and start barking, get excited. So one night, Rogan, was me, Paulie Shore's friend, and Joe, and it was like a Monday night. It was slow, and Joe goes, hold on. He wouldn't stop barking. He could hear Joe's voice. So Joe told, what's his name? Bring the dog up. And the dog went on stage. Within 5 minutes, he took a shit in the original room. And next thing you know, Paulie's friend was in there, scrubbing it in between comedians and shit. You couldn't write this stuff. People have forgotten completely about that. I'm going to bring it up to him next time I see him. Frank, God rest his soul. That was the name of the dog. That stage, I've died on that stage.
Oh, I have too, man.
1,000 times.
But it's great. It's therapeutic even doing that.
No, that's exactly what it is. There's nothing like, and we repeat this constantly, coming home from a weekend in Charlotte, we just destroyed.
Yeah.
You destroyed. People were taking pictures with you, and you walk into that original room with a little bit of ego.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the fucking curtains falling on you. That drive home is miserable. You're like, what the fuck was that about?
Yeah, that'll happen. You'll do like a late night set or something, and then the next day, there's like 5 people in the crowd. I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, but that's the beauty of stand-up is it's very humbling. You'll do a great thing, and then...
How long have you been a regular at the store?
I got past 2010, so like 7 years.
So when you first got past, was it as busy as it is now?
No, man.
Okay,
like, it's in the golden age right now.
Yeah, it's in the golden age.
And I got past, when Tommy was there, and it wasn't like it is now. It stays good pretty late, because, it goes till 2 a.m. at the store.
How good at night does it stay good till?
What now?
How's the midnight spots?
They're still pretty good, man.
No shit.
Yeah, I remember when I would get like midnight or
12:45.
or later. Yeah, and it would just be even 11:30 would be slim pickings back in the day. But now it's packed. Cause like Rogan's back, you're back, and like Apatow comes by, and all these guys are coming back.
All these guys are coming back.
And so it's packed every night now. But yeah, it wasn't like that when I was there.
I remember going down there. How about this? Going down there. and waiting to get 4 people to start the show and begging that they'd stay so you get the $15.
Yeah.
Begging, please don't, please. I've been here since fucking 9 waiting for a fallout just in case I might something so I'd go home early. Because I'd have like a 1 o'clock. Mitzi would give me 1 and I would have to follow Paul Mooney. So I would be sitting there all night with Coke in my pocket, dying to do a line. But this motherfucker won't put me on stage. And there'd be 4 people. An interesting story. One night, comedy used to be Tuesday through Sunday.
Okay.
Back in the day, when I first came out, it was Tuesday through Sunday. So if you went on the road, you came home Monday.
Yeah.
And you left Monday night or Tuesday morning. You did Wednesday radio, Thursday radio.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So when I got here, it was Tuesday. What the fuck was my point? Jesus Christ, I gotta stop smoking pot.
It's a golden age now.
But during the week, the store would have, 4 people. Tuesdays, when it was Black Night in this big main room, you'd have 8 people in the original room. You'd be down the road at Ahmed's room or Jay Davis's room.
I always hear about Dublins,
waiting to walk over. But Pete, when he bought the last stop in Houston, said, you know what, Joey? I don't want to close Monday and Tuesday. People want to come in and drink. What do you think I should do Tuesday? I go, just bring down the headliner, So for a while, he started bringing down headliners. I went down there one Tuesday. There was maybe 12 people. Man, I whizzed them into a fucking... when there's 12 people, you're not going to sit there and do your material. You're going to go in and out.
You got to talk to them,
mix, talk, ask questions. But I mixed... It was one of those lucky nights where I mixed everything up together, and it turned into be one of the best hours I ever did for 14 and a half people.
That happens, and it's great.
And Pete came up to me on the drive home, and he goes, I've been running this club for 3 years. I never saw that. He goes, most comics go on stage and give up. About 6 months later, Johnny Sanchez went down there, who was another comic from the store at the time.
I know Johnny.
That we were working hard then. It was me, Johnny, Luke Torres, Pierre. And the same thing happened on a Tuesday. I think there was like 9 people, and Johnny went up there and whipped them up into a frenzy. And I remember Pete calling me and going, I know the difference between a comedy store comic and a comic now, because I just saw it when you guys had, because nobody else comes in here on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Everybody just bails.
Everybody else sees 9 people.
They complain,
they get defeated.
bail.
They're like, they don't want to do it. But we had to deal with that every night going up. You were just happy to get a spot. And those people are still in those chairs, so they want to be there. So you think that if you go up there with a bad attitude, that of course they're going to be disengaged. So we've learned, just like, love your audience no matter who it is.
I go up there for 4 people, man.
We're going in like fucking Marines, you understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.